The first pictures of the official LEGO Star Wars 2023 Republic Gunship have come out, and well, let's just say there's a lot to go over based on this leak, so let's get straight into it. Now, the leaked image we got is as shown here. We have a picture of the box for the set. We also know that it's going to be set number 75354, but let's start off with the minifigures. This picture's pretty hard to make out, but it seems like Palpatine's going to have a new hair mold as well as the dress bottom for his legs, and the shock troopers have white arms instead of red arms. Now, the Palpatine, as we can kind of make out from the pictures, looks like it's going to look pretty similar to the one on the left, but include the dress bottom instead of the legs, which you could see an example of on the right. I like this. I think it adds some detail to the figure. The hair mold also looks a little different, so that's always cool to get. But anyways, I think this minifigure is going to look pretty good. Now, for the shock troopers, the pictures show that they'll look something like this. The legs are a lot less detailed. The only red on them seems to be on those knee pads as well as the boots. And then for the arms, they are going to be white like we see here, which I'm not a fan of, and I would definitely recommend changing them out for red arms if you can, and if you get this set. But when we put them side to side, you can see that the concept shock trooper does seem to have a lot more red on it than the real one does, which it still seems to look fine, but it's not going to be as detailed as I'd hope it would be. Now, the Padme minifigure seems to be just a modernized version of this minifigure right here. I don't think the Padme is going to be anything crazy, or we should expect any crazy printing on the legs. It's just going to be a nice basic Padme. I'm excited for this minifigure. I think it's a good addition that they added to the set. Now, moving on to the most hyped minifigure in this set, we have the Commander Fox, and honestly, based off that pretty bad quality picture, it does seem to look quite similar to this original leak that we got a while back, which I'm not mad about. I think it looks pretty cool. It does seem, though, that he has a black sun visor in the leak, which I also really like. I think that is a great change to this minifigure, but overall, I'm excited for this Fox. I think that this is a good-looking minifigure. Literally, the only downside is that LEGO stopped producing those commas, which I will never understand and never support, but nonetheless, you can buy one on Clone Army Customs and fix this minifigure on your own. Now, here we look at the actual set, and I'm not going to say I'm the biggest fan. I don't think it looks terrible, but I also don't really like it. I think it does look significantly smaller than the 2013 Gunship. I can't really tell, obviously, of course, this is just the leaked box art, but it does seem to be significantly smaller than the previous playset Gunship. Also, when we look at the set in more close-up, it looks kind of blocky. It doesn't really look the most perfectly well put together. As I said, it doesn't really look terrible, but you see here, it looks like there's 3 layers to the Gunship. You have the opening door panels, and then you have the little storage space, and it just looks kind of blocky. But we do have space for 2 clones and the pilot seats, which I appreciate as always. But overall, the build leaves a lot to be desired. I think the minifigures look great. I don't have any problem there. LEGO did their job with those. But the Gunship itself does seem to be lacking a little bit of detail and a little bit of size. Subscribe.